Well, hello, welcome back, my Royal Rogues. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And tonight we have Meghan trolling us with this picture and some details about Harry's visit to the king that imply that he was searched for actual microphones and a win for Prince William. This and more today. And let's begin with that picture of Meghan Markle that we are talking about. She's somehow trolling with us. And it so happens that they publish on their professional or personal blog, I don't know how to call it, Mayhew, a safe haven for animals. It so happens that since this gentleman was a very famous dog trainer there, it looks like a looked like a good man as well. He passed away too soon, sadly, in 2022. And right now, in his name, it was a wing at that charity being open for, well, in his memory. And it seems that Meghan was the one behind that. But what everybody is saying, you know, that the ability to have the articles to distract from the actual point, is that Meghan chose this picture for her post at Sussex.com. And what is the matter with this picture, you might be asking? You will remember that not long, like 1 month ago, I shared this video. I'm not going to share it again. About, when Meghan was kneeling down with that dress or that whatever she was wearing. And when she stood up, we heard a very strange sound. After all that we have said about the topic that nobody can name, because you know how it is, that sound has always been strange. And since we mentioned that again, and that began trending again, you don't tell me if Meghan is not trolling us. Put in this exact same picture of the exact same event. What wasn't there any other event? And my question is, these people doesn't have any other person to act as patron or sponsor of the charities. I have no doubts that Meghan is trolling us with this. And by the way, thanks to Nancy Sidley from the Sidley twins, I saw this. So Markus Anderson is officially Meghan's proxy. And that was my question. Mayhew was making all these posts on Instagram about the event, about what was going on, about Meghan sending this video greeting them with this new wing opening, and Markus Anderson was there. It seems like he was some kind of connection with these people, but I cannot guarantee that. Even so, what was he doing here? Is he like an emissary? It's something that we really don't understand. Something that it's hard to grasp. And this is another thing that I saw from the Royal Grift. Royal Grift published a very long comment from one of its members, made this who claims to have inside information of what actually happened with that meeting of Harry with the king. And details, it was rather long. I am not going to read it in full, but these are the main takeaways. It was 1 hour scanning Harry for microphones. I mean, 1 hour is a lot. I wonder if they made a thorough search of every orifice. I don't want to like delve much into those details, but 1 hour is a lot. It's like a medical examination. You can, well, think about it that way. Then he spent only 12 minutes with Charles, of which Harry was told to not speak, to shut up. Don't say a word. Charles is the one who's going to speak, and he spoke for only about 5 minutes, and Camilla was there. And all of this is allegedly, of course. And finally, Harry was retained again for 30 more minutes after the king left, like handing all this items they took from him. I guess that his cell phone, his keys, everything was taken from him. Maybe he was changed clothes. I don't know what did the palace security did to make sure that Harry would not have any kind of content to go back home with that. Because this was a really upsetting impromptu visit, not planned, that nobody, not even the king, wanted Harry to come because the king had the exact schedule for everything. And Harry said, no, I need to make this kind of marketing trip, because he needed to make that connection with his pa for obvious reasons. And beyond that, we also see this kind of news. You know that the Royal Rogue doesn't like to mess with politics, but this is pretty much needed. Joe Biden warned covering up for Prince Harry is unacceptable as court clash looms. So there are claims that Joe Biden's government is covering up for Harry and, well, all of his visa review and his drug use and all that stuff that he himself published on his memoirs, Spare. So given this, I don't want to get too political in here, but given the fact that the invasion of the United States is going underway, and that is undeniable. If you want to deny it, if you want to deny what your own eyes are seeing, well, that's your problem. And there's a problem with drug trafficking as well. Please, YouTube, I am just mentioning it. So don't you think that it's perfectly possible that this government is going to give the Ayawari a pass? It's perfectly possible. I would not be surprised about anything regarding that. And we also have headlines such as this from the Mirror. Harry's ban from royal duties by late Queen was too harsh and hasty. I don't know why these experts, I don't know the name of the person who published this, keep on trying to make it seem that retconning the past, that retcon, remember that retcon is trying to change the past, change something that we already know because it was set in stone by the actual actors, by Harry. It was the freedom flight. We wanted to be 50 in, 50 out. That was for anyone with just, I don't know, like a couple fingers, a forehead, would be able to figure out that would spark heavy conflicts of interests. Not good, no bueno for the firm, for the monarchy, for the royal family, for anybody. It would be very good for Meghan and Harry, of course. They will be able to merge the word royal in any way they could. But no, the Queen said no. And of course, the arrangement of the Sandringham Accords, it is still upheld. So no, Harry, no matter how many puff pieces you want to put out, that is not going to work at all. And a big win for William has been that the public backs Prince William's Gaza comments. Survey shows that twice as many Britons think the heir to the throne was right to stray from protocol to have his say on the Middle East conflict. I am not maybe the best person to talk about this, but I think that was not straying from protocol, because standing up for humanitarian reasons is the right thing to do. And I believe that Prince William is a man of honor that knows when one has to stand for things that one believes are right, that are the right thing to do. And the right thing to do is to ask for a ceasefire and to get the aid that people need and the hostages be released, of course. No sides were taken here. This is just common sense. This is being human and exercising your right to say, well, this is what should be done. And moving forward with this, Following a Privy Council meeting, the king held an in-person audience with Prime Minister Rishi Sunak at Buckingham Palace. I wanted to show you these pictures because people are saying that, asking me, what do I think about King Charles' body language? And I see him exactly the same as usual. I see no difference here. Even after his cancer diagnosis, I see the same strong handshake. I see the same genuine smile. I virtually see no difference here. And I have to praise him by meeting with Rishi Sunak. You know why? Because Rishi Sunak the other day published a video, and I kid you not, that he was telling the UK, the general public, how important was it to take down mobile phones sounding in classrooms, mobile phones ringing in classrooms. And I said, well, I don't think, Rishi, that is a pressing topic and that you should be dealing with that expressly. But, well, that is just my opinion. Oh, you don't live in the UK, you have no reason. Well, okay, I have no reason to have an opinion about that, but I have an opinion about that. I find it silly. So the king would have a face like, what are you doing with our country, Rishi? I mean, what is this? And in those questions that still have no answer, but science is marching forward, finding a route for the future. Well, great news for Prince Harry, as Meghan's mole shared it from the New York Post. Scientists grew a pair of testicles in a lab, and they offer new hope for male infertility. Oh my God, that was a harsh one, Meghan's mole. But yes, this is maybe it doesn't have to do with the Earthshot Prize, but there's a lot of great scientists at the Earthshot Prize. So maybe they could have a chat or two with these people. Well, my Royal Rogues, I would like to know what do you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Royal Rogue. And remember, much love and bliss.